wrote you a bio, basically took what you had already written. Actually, no, just kidding. I made this from scratch and I made it up completely. I wanted to do that, but I couldn't. Yeah, so I just set fire on the other one.
Camera's rolling. Take 3. Action.
Hey guys, my name is Jodi-Kay Edwards. I'm the co-founder of Behind the Scenes Agency. Asia, my business partner, and I decided to create this episode series to take you guys behind the scenes of building a brand for some of these founders that we have worked with. In this episode, I'm going to take you through the rebrand of Kaitlyn Lemus Portillo. And the first thing we do is after we hop on a call and we decide on what the deliverables are going to be, everything is custom made, by the way, we hop on a flight, how exciting, and we go meet you guys in person. Now, when we got to her house, it was just really sweet. The first night was just extra footage. We are working right away. We have cameras rolling, and this is all footage that she can use as telling part of her story that we collect pretty much right away. So content for pretty much everyone involved, which is great. So if you have multiple people on a team and your team is there, this is wonderful. So after we sat down with Kaitlyn, I was able to ask her a handful of questions that help us to create the custom strategy. And tell me a little bit about your ideal client.
Ideal client is wanting freedom. That's super cliche, but that is really what people want, right? And it has to be different from what they're experiencing now.
I used information from her sit down to identify what her new brand colors should be. Her team and her really liked the sage, so we kept some of that in her branding and just darkened it a little bit. And I gave Kaitlyn more of this earthy feel. She had some metals introduced, which was more of like a bronze copper with a rose gold copper alternative as well. But we also have implemented her story onto her website and have it be part of why she's passionate about doing what she does. The idea is what's next, and she encourages entrepreneurs to go for the gold. The great thing is also on this website update, we have a full funnel. Everything is full circle. You can opt into her website from her free resource. You can join the Facebook group and learn more about Kaitlyn. And I believe this brand identity, shift in color and shift in messaging, is really what has led her to increasing her annual recurring revenue. So after I learned more about Kaitlyn and what her desires are, I'm also learning the essence of her and just the type of leader and founder she is. This is all important when it comes to personal branding, because from here I take the messaging and we really hone in on the look and feel, utilizing some of the brand psychology tactics that I like to introduce when it comes to color psychology, which plays a part in sales psychology as well. For Kaitlyn's colors, we had more of a soft earth tone. I was able to keep the sage that her team wanted and introduce more browns in varying shades from dark brown to light brown, and then I introduced some metals as well. So she had an alternative of this copper bronze as well as this like copper rose gold. So much comes in these packages, you guys, so much. It is unreal. I actually had the opportunity to sit down with Kaitlyn's whole team at this next location here, and we shot some really high quality content. We got Kaitlyn coming out on the balcony. We used the drone, so you can see a lot of different drone shots in her footage. We also took Kaitlyn out to the beach, where we just had some footage that we like to use in the content marketing strategy as B-roll. That type of B-roll content still needs to look good. B-roll content, you can use that around your house and on your phone, but especially for the positioning, the brand positioning for speaking opportunities and other goals that we had set for Kaitlyn's account, she needed higher quality footage. From the beginning, I'm helping Kaitlyn get ready, and we are curating this specific look for her brand shoot. Something that Kaitlyn had in her business with her husband, Vicente, was freedom automation. So I decided that in this brand shoot, we could tie the two together. And you guys, I'm all about combining as many brands as we kind of can into one. So this was just almost an introduction of her husband's brand coming into the company more, as well as he became more public facing within the company, but then also Kaitlyn really playing up on that, hey, what's next? She has done just about everything. She is a complete go-getter, a powerhouse, and for her to be able to showcase to her audience this freedom lifestyle of what she really is living, we were able to pull out the founder story for Kaitlyn on day one, which was actually twofold. Not only did it provide me with clarity of the direction in which to take her brand for this brand refresh or rebrand, but it also gave Kaitlyn clarity in where she has been so she can continue to tell her story to her audience and other people as well. A big part of this content is going to be we use as almost like a resume. When we are pitching Kaitlyn or Kaitlyn is pitching herself to borrow other people's audiences, so for example, using that strategy we've implemented where she is getting on other people's podcasts or being interviewed by someone else on her story or just her area of expertise, this is something that people can come back to look at to say, hey, I want to learn a little bit more about her story before I have her on my platform. So these content pieces are crucial when it comes to laying the groundwork for something for people to look upon before inviting Kaitlyn into their audience. The great thing about brand management is that when you are traveling with us, we constantly put your brand and your marketing first and foremost. This type of content is crucial when it comes to showcasing that you are an authority in your space, capturing the behind the scenes content of you teaching, educating, doing. All of that is so important for business owners, especially founders, when you can get caught up in the day-to-days of actually doing the work. It's hard to have some of those things documented. And of course, because of privacy policies and NDAs and just things that shouldn't be public-facing content anyway, we have strategically been able to create a plan of what is going to get recorded and what is muted, and then we create this done-for-you content bank and hand it over. So we show up, we record, and then in post, it takes anywhere from, depending on how long the day is or how much footage we have, anywhere from, let's say, 10 to 40 hours to go through this footage, create something from it, and organize it. It might take 3 to 5 hours for a YouTube video. It might take 1 hour to put together a documentary. It's all dependent on what type of footage we've collected, and of course, how easy it is to clip things together, like the audio or just the back end, the lighting, all of that. But don't worry, that's where we come in and we do it all done for you. You don't have to worry about it because you have at Behind the Scenes Agency an in-house production company, an in-house production team where your content gets to be recorded, scripted, storyboarded, shot, edited, and delivered to you in specific formats that you need to see growth for your brand to expand and attract more brand awareness. Now, I know that was a lot. In the short of it, content marketing is extremely important, and you have to have content to market, and that's where we create that all-in-one package for you, because for Kaitlyn, for example, she was able to just have content handed to her. In the meantime, we were able to be posting that content on her behalf so she didn't have to worry about it. And so now she had short form content for TikTok, for Facebook Reels, and for Instagram Reels as well. At the end of the day, content marketing is something that we could all get a little bit better at. The biggest transformation for Kaitlyn here, as you can see, is not only having the stress of content marketing being completely taken care of, but then also just the positioning. With this, Kaitlyn had been able to secure amazing partnerships with high-end influencers in her industry. She was also able to secure a handful of podcast interviews, and she also was able to attract a new level of clientele. Kaitlyn's package ended with a trip to Costa Rica. Of course, this was her retreat that she put on, and we had helped organize some of the elements of it and brand some of the elements of it. We were able to create a banner for her guests and her speakers that they could stand behind it at the event and see KLP Consulting right then and there with the Freedom Starts Here tagline that we were also able to incorporate into Kaitlyn's messaging. Kaitlyn also received daily recap videos, which she can also use for commercials when it comes to launching her next retreat. There is so much that goes into these packages, whether it is rebranding, working on your messaging, getting consistent content for your content marketing plan, getting an overall brand strategy, as well as PR and press reach out. There also is a part where we can come in and help you train your team or give your team the structure that it needs. We are all about structure, systems, and sales, and we utilize our 3T system, traffic, touch points, and transactions, so we can help our clients get seen and get paid. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Branded. We'll see you in the next one.
I'm Kaitlyn Lemus Portillo, and I've been branded.
Boom, baby.